Welcome to another video. Thank you all for watching our previous video. In today's video, we are sharing a very special home style vada curry recipe, which is Amma's own recipe. First, she began by soaking the dal for making the vada curry. 1 cup of chana dal. Wash it thoroughly and soak it for minimum 1.5 hours to 2 hours. The other ingredients we need to grind it along with the chana dal are ginger, garlic, green chilli and saunf. Now this dal has been soaking for 2 hours now. When we try to break the dal, it should be easily breakable. This is the time when we can start grinding. She put the soaked dal inside the grinder along with green chilli, ginger, garlic and saunf. While grinding, we have to reserve some chana dals as it is. We will not grind it, and the water in which the chana dal was soaking will also be used for making the curry. So please keep the dal water also aside. This is the amount of dal she kept it without grinding. Adding little salt required for the batter, and this needs to be grinded coarsely, not into a paste, just few pulses, so that the ginger, garlic and chilli is crushed and there is some dal which is not crushed as well. So this is how the consistency of the dal should be. Once this is done, this needs to be fried before adding into our gravy. Usually in hotels they use the leftover vada or the previous day leftover batter. In that they make small dumplings of vada and they use it inside the gravy. But here she is having a different trick which we will see. These are the other ingredients we need for the gravy. The detail of the ingredients are there in the description box. Next we have to make a paste of onion and tomato. In the same mixing grinder she is adding the sliced onion. Next, chopping the tomatoes and keeping it ready. First, making a paste of onion. Into the same paste adding the tomatoes and making into a fine paste. Now these are the other ingredients: the paste of onion and tomato, ginger garlic paste, coriander and whole garam masalas, green chilli. In a small kadai, she is adding just 1 tablespoon of oil. Instead of deep frying the vadas or steaming the vadas, which usually is done, she uses this technique. In 2 tablespoon or 1 to 2 tablespoon of oil, adding all the batter we made, and in low flame just keep roasting it. If you have a non-stick kadai, it will be easier, but she used this aluminium kadai and it worked perfect for her. Initially it will be little sticky. As you see, the batter is not cooked, so it will be sticky. We have to just keep mixing it and let the flame be in low so that it doesn't burn. In another kadai, adding oil and then the cinnamon, bay leaf, and other whole garam masalas if you prefer. Otherwise, this too is just perfect. To this, added curry leaves and the ginger garlic paste we had. Parallelly, keep watching the batter which is being roasted in the other side. By the time the gravy is ready, the batter of vada will also be ready for adding it inside the gravy. Once the ginger garlic paste is roasted well, adding 1 green chilli slit. This recipe is Amma's own recipe. That is what she was telling me when cooking this. Next, she's adding onion and tomato paste. Usually these vada curries are available only in the hotels. We rarely make it at home, but since Appa loves vada curry, she tried by herself and she's got this recipe which is working perfect for her now. Now parallelly, both the things are happening. One side the gravy is getting cooked and the other side the batter for the vada curry vada is being cooked. Added little salt and we have to roast this until the oil starts separating. We are supposed to add some saunf powder. Since we didn't have at home that day, we're just crushing it and we'll add it to the gravy later. See, now you can see the batter is cooked and it is started leaving the kadai. Next, adding all the dry powders, coriander powder, chili powder, turmeric powder, little bit garam masala, and if you have saunf powder, we have to add that, otherwise crushed saunf, and just mix it and cook. Now you can see that the batter is nicely cooked and it is ready for getting inside the gravy. Now, after adding the dry masalas, we need to use the same water in which we soaked our dal and add it to the gravy along with that little dal which she had reserved earlier, and let it boil for 10 minutes until those dal gets cooked. We can close the lid and let it cook. By then, here you can see our vada curries vadai is ready and cooked well. Anyways, after adding inside the gravy, this will have to cook for some more time. So you can see the gravy has started boiling well. Now we can add our vadai powder, vadai mix. So just check that the dal is cooked and then we can start adding the vadai powder we made. Give it a good mix and let it cook in the gravy for 5 to 10 minutes until the batter is completely cooked and ready to serve. Here the vada curry is getting cooked parallelly, making idlis to serve with vada curry. This vada curry tastes good with set dosai or idlis. Idlis are steaming and vada curry is also ready by then. Finally we will add little coriander leaves and it's ready to serve. Vada curry needs to be served hot just right after cooking. If we keep it for longer or if it becomes cold, the consistency will become very tight and we have to add only hot water to it while boiling it if we are reusing it, reboiling it. So this is the right consistency of vada curry. It will be thick and not very thin or watery. So we have to get this consistency and our vada curry is ready to serve with hot idlis. So here we go. Idli vada curry is ready to serve for Sunday morning breakfast. Hope you all liked this recipe video. Please do check the description box for the recipe details and also my blog link where you can find the details of the recipe. Hope you all would try this at home and please give me feedback on that. Thank you all for watching my videos. Please do subscribe to this channel. Meet you all in another video. Until then, stay safe and take care.